Chapter 64 The Bottleneck of the West 1. The Historical Turn Point. The wheel of history is like the turn of the earth. You cannot feel it, but time flies by quietly. In the year 2020, people need to pay attention to the direction of the wheel of history. There are both necessity and contingency for the formation of the turn points. The maladies accumulated by the limitation of human 觉识 will break out at some point. This is the necessity. The global epidemic, as the catalyst, makes the year 2020 a historical turn point. This is the contingency. Previously, the bottleneck of the West was supposed to be a topic for years later. With the arrival of the turn point, it needs to be discussed at an earlier time. What is the bottleneck of the West? When human society develops to a certain stage, it will hit the ceiling of the civilization because of the limitation of 觉识. If people cannot break this ceiling, the progress of human civilization will be like being stuck in the bottleneck. Honestly speaking, the current human civilization is represented by the Western developed countries, and the series of problems they are facing are likened to the bottleneck of the West. The causes of the bottleneck of the West. The development of science and technology gives people an illusion that the Earth is getting smaller, like a global village. Under this illusion, the international order after the Second World War has made globalization a trend. The United Nations is like a village committee, and the international organizations are like the various functions of the village committee. It seems that the World Commonwealth is not far away. In recent decades, the global politics and economy seem to be prosperous. Unfortunately, because of the limitation of 觉识, the values and progress of civilization have gone wrong and have pushed the world into the bottleneck. Otherwise, you would not see the year 2020 as the historical turn point. If being stuck in the bottleneck, the Western society will gradually fall into a vicious circle. A reverse elimination of bad currency expelling good currency will happen, and the ceiling of the civilization will befall. To observe the ceiling needs a higher perspective. To break through the bottleneck, people need to break the limitation of 觉识, reshape the values, and rebuild the objective cognition of the world. Talking about cognition, please sit down and think. Where does your cognition come from? Usually, it is obtained from school education, historical relics, religion, spirituality, and scientific exploration. Unfortunately, what people have obtained from them are not objective cognition, but limitation of 觉识. For example, do you know about the earth that is right under your feet? You only have cognition within human 觉识 ability, and human cannot even give a correct calculation of the age of the earth. In fact, the earth has a history of 36 billion years. Human beings are not the only civilization, but the earth's seventh life and the fifth round of civilization. Every round of civilization has different attributes, with different constructions of the earth, deriving different appearances. This round is in the wave band of fire civilization. Therefore, human scientific exploration focuses on power discovery and energy conversion. This is not driven by science, but decided by the attributes of this round of civilization. Understanding this, you will understand that people should not be obsessed by science. The development of science and technology is not equal to development of 觉识. This is just for reference because it is beyond 觉识 of mankind. To talk about history of the earth is to tell you that the previous 4 rounds of civilization all failed to break their ceiling of civilization and died out in their bottlenecks. The changes of the Earth's civilization have one thing in common. People are all obsessed by greed and attached to their possessions, causing imbalance of the energy field and destroying themselves in the end. Now the world history has come to this turn point again. In the last chapter, it was mentioned that the transmission of E from the high-frequency civilization aims to bring about self-update and enhance the frequency of human civilization. The move of the Supreme Ling expects to help this round of civilization. Bringing about self-update refers to update of 觉识. The enrichment of material products may not necessarily create good. Without the update of 觉识, development only encourages low frequency, resulting in obsession in desire and expansion of greed. Encountering the bottleneck, civilization will also fall into reverses and cannot break through by itself. There is no high frequency in the old books. Only the high frequency transmission from outside 以息密 can enhance the frequency of human civilization. Nowadays, the countries of all continents, although on the same planet, live in different worlds of xiang at different frequencies. Previously, people did not know about frequency or boundaries of energy fields, causing a great deal of problems. Face up to the problems and do not daydream. Do not count on the aliens and earth-hard civilization that you have contact with. They are lives that are also under the 4th level of authority, like humans, and they also have their limitations of 觉识 without qualitative difference to humans. To break through the bottleneck is not a movement of all humans, but the mission of the elite of the Western society. To understand the high-frequency transmission, reshape the values and social form can save not only yourself, but also mankind, so that the Earth civilization would not go the same disastrous way.